We have another young Indian with us as part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be back. Right now, we have with us Himansu Sekhar Thapa. Let's listen to him. But before we listen to him, let me say he is from Odisha and not from what we might think of as Darjeeling or that part of the world, to save him that question. Okay, over to you, Himansu.
Thank you, sir. So first of all, I am very thankful to sir that he has given this chance to talk about my academic journey and all in his novel platform, which is really a very good platform. I appreciate it. So in this video, I'll be talking about three things. First, my academic journey. Second, uh, like the role of information in achieving academic goals or academic careers. And finally, I'll be talking about how a master student should take a decision to go for a PhD.
Okay.
So let me first introduce myself. Hi everyone. I am Himansu Sekhar Thapa. I come from a village area in Odisha, and my graduation starts from Odisha only in Sambalpur University. After that, I went to University of Hyderabad for my master's degree in economics. Then after my master's degree, I went to IIT Bombay for my MPhil. And after my MPhil in IIT Bombay, I got a chance to go for PhD. And currently, I am doing PhD in Center for Development Studies, Trivandrum. So it's more on economics. So my specialization is also in agricultural economics. So let me talk about my academic journey in a like broad manner. So it's like I come from a farmer family. My father is a marginal farmer, and if you see, we don't have any kind of government officers or job, some kind of things in my family. So I'm the first generation learner of my family. So it becomes very difficult when you don't have someone some to give some information to help you out in what kind of decision you should take and all. But however, I'm at a good situation or position at this moment. So after my graduation, I was thinking to take a job because my financial condition was not so good at the time. But for that, I had to do some diploma kind of thing. I wanted to do some BEd program, and I applied for RIE BEd, that is Regional Institute of Education BEd. So after BEd, I wanted to be a high school teacher so that it will be a quick job that I can have at the time. But at that time, what happened? One of my friend was there who was staying with me in a sharing room during my graduation time. So he told me to just apply for post graduation also with your BD. So he also applied my PG, and finally, it's like uh, I got the result of PG first before the result of this PhD come. Then I got to know that I got shortlisted in University of Hyderabad for master's program in economics. So I found it a very cost effective as well as a very good institute to study economics. So I preferred that institute and I took admission there. And then
Wait, but you said money was tight. So how did you pay for it?
Yeah, actually, that was a central university, so they were charging very less money. So I think students from any social category, socioeconomic background, they can go to University of Hyderabad, like some other central universities also. That is very cost effective. So I got to manage there.
But you had to
But
live in the
then,
hostel and pay that fee, right? That was not that you
yeah,
managed.
yeah, that I have to manage. Hostel
Yeah,
fee was very less also there at the time. I think 500 or something per
yeah,
month.
yeah.
So that was manageable. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And apart from that, food was also cheaper because government is subsidizing that to this kind of institute.
Okay.
But then after my master's degree, I uh, I wanted to do something like I was a little confused whether I should go for PhD or not. So I thought I should do a pre-PhD program, and finally I applied for some MPhil program, and luckily I got this IIT Bombay which was providing, the scholarship for the students. So it was providing a monthly scholarship. So with that, I was able to manage the whole program. It was fully funded by the institute. But in the initial period, I had to took admission in IIT, and at that time, I required some amount of money which I didn't have at the time. So I have some good contacts over there in my master's time. I have some good friends, and I have some good, elder brothers who were doing research, who were already the PhD scholars. They were getting staff and fellowship and all. So they helped me, and I'm really thankful to them that I could get my admission there, and they helped me financially and in other ways also. And in this way, I just finished my MPhil program there. And towards the end of my MPhil program, I had this dissertation, and at that time, this COVID first phase comes. So in the COVID first phase, I completed my thesis, and that was a very tough time because I was not there in the institute, and I was at my home, and staying at home and doing this academic work is very difficult because you are not in excess of internet connectivity, and sometimes networks, sometimes electricity also, because I come from a village area which is not so much recognized. So however, I went to my graduation, where I did my graduation. I went there, I stayed there, and I completed my work there, and I submitted my thesis. And then I currently, like, after that, I went for my PhD program, and I took admission in PhD in Center for Development Studies, which is in Trivandrum, Kerala. So this is how I started, and I am here in Trivandrum, Kerala for the PhD program. So now coming to the role of information
Just hang
in
on,
academic.
just wait. I
Yeah.
want to hear about Sambalpur University, because what I've heard is that such universities in Bihar are pretty bad. But how was Sambalpur?
Yeah, actually, sir, Sambalpur University was very good in the earlier time because there were good professors in economics department also. But gradually, in every universities the quality is degrading. So now it is in an average standard. And at that time, I was not in the main campus of Sambalpur University. I was in GM College, so Gangadhar Meher Autonomous College. So this college recently transferred into an university itself. So I was in that college, which is affiliated to Sambalpur University. So that was really good for graduation studies and all, especially in social science subjects.
So they had classes on time, exams on time, teachers were there, they were helpful and all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is there. Like the teachers are very cooperative there. You can approach anyone anytime. So they don't have any kind of strictness and egoistic kind of nature. So it was a very helpful environment for the students because most of the students who come to this GM college or Sambalpur universities, they come from the rural areas mostly. So it was a very good environment for them.
Hmm. Okay, because
Yeah.
what I heard about Bihar is that nobody cares. The teachers don't care, nobody cares. College is just like you are on your own. Nothing can be done for you. But you are saying it's very different for you.
Yeah, it could be there in some other affiliated college of some other universities, the same situation. But I was in GM College, which is a good reputed college in Western Odisha, which is in Sambalpur. So I
Yeah.
think this is a little better option, better
Okay.
position.
All right, fine. All right, let's continue with your
Yeah,
second point.
yeah. So the second point that I wanted to highlight is the role of information in academic achievement. So here, I'll be talking about some of my personal experiences, how the information has helped me to, come to this position at this moment. So, see, there are various students, there are various skillful students, they have skills, talents, and they deserve some good places to go. But, there is a gap between the students and the institutes that they deserve. So the gap is the information gap. If they get good information, then they can get into their deserving college because this is the college which are reputed and good colleges. They also want some good students, right? So if you have a good potentiality and if you have you are skilled enough to go to a particular universities like IITs or central universities, then you deserve to go there. But nowadays, information is very costly, and as an economic student, we know that information is costly, and we need to get information. And information we can get through social network, then talking with and making network with different people who are already there in different institutes. So when I was in graduation time in my university, as I said, I was in Sambalpur University. So at that time, I was like one of my senior. He was studying. He was doing his PhD in University of Hyderabad,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, he belonged to my home, like my village itself. So it was a good thing that I can convince my parent also, and the uncertainty reduces because someone from your village is there in a good
Yeah.
college,
Yeah.
and there you are also getting into. So
Yeah.
it's a good opportunity for me, and I went there, and after because of this information only I can go there.
Yeah.
And then when I was in University of Hyderabad, because it is a central level institute, and there you will have so many friends from different states with different different knowledge, different backgrounds, and so many diversities you can find.
Yeah.
So after this master's program, I interacted with so many people, so many professors, and I got to know that how to find a good institute after master if you
Yeah.
are planning to do for PhD,
Right.
or if you want to do PhD or not, if you want to go for corporate or not. So what is the preference that you have? So all the information I gathered from different people who were in different positions, who were there are ample of information they have. So the only thing is that if you are getting into that kind of university, you just have to talk to them and acquire as much as information as possible. So I did that, and then I looked for some. I was at that time not sure about a PhD program, so I thought let's go for MPhil program so that I can have some idea whether I can cope up with PhD or not.
How did you
So
explain all this to your parents? All this PhD, MPhil, and all? You said they are not in that same category. So how did you explain it?
yeah, actually, sir, my parents are not so educated. So there is one advantage, one disadvantage. One advantage is that they never force you to do this or that.
Okay.
So basically, if you see, like typically, not in every family, but if the parents are educated, they want their child to be in some specific job, like you do engineering, you do doctor, or you do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the advantage of my parents is that they don't know and they have trust on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so it helps me to decide myself. Like I have the full freedom to decide what I want to be and how I want to go.
Yeah.
And because they trust me, so because of that trust only and their support, I decided myself what I have to do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I decided to go for PhD, and I did my MPhil. I took admission in MPhil, as I said. So it is because of their support.
Okay. And the disadvantage?
The disadvantage is like it is sometimes becomes very difficult to make them understand
Yeah.
that what is IIT, what is PhD, what is MPhil, what is this master's program, because they don't know exactly what is all these things.
Yeah.
So like you stay outside home, like some other state, and by phone, over phone, how much you can make them convinced that you are doing this. I mean, the information gap still remains.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
so when I go to my home for any vacation or some field work, then I talk to them that I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So broadly, I tell them that this is the work that I'm doing. Okay. So if I say specifically that they know the sequence because I am studying in their family, so they know the sequence that after graduation, one has to go for post graduation, then for MPhil, then for PhD.
Yeah.
They are clear about this sequence,
Yeah.
but they are not clear about the specific things that comes in these specific
Yeah.
programs.
Understood. Yeah.
So yeah,
All right.
so that
Good.
is a really
All
a
right.
challenge.
Wonderful. Okay. I just want to
Yeah,
know everybody to know what it is like, to come from
yeah,
a place where you have to explain to your parents and still they cannot really understand fully.
Yeah, exactly. So another example I would like to give you.
Yeah,
So recently I went for this PhD colloquium as at IGITR. It was from the 29th to this 4th of
yeah,
this month. So they were asking that where are you going? What will you do there? So I was like, first though I told them that I'm going for a PhD conference.
yeah,
Then I told them that there I will. They asked me what exactly you will do there. So I told them that I will teach them, and they will teach me. So in that way, an information exchange will happen. So
yeah,
in this way, you have to make them know that this is how the things works.
yeah. But there was one fellow from
So
the village doing a PhD, so you were not the first, right?
yeah, I'm not the first. Yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
it is not so
Yeah,
unknown totally, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So the thing is, like that fellow, he was like in Central University of Hyderabad.
yeah,
So at that time, I was in my master's program. He is,
yeah,
I think, in the second year of his program, and I
yeah,
was in my first year of my master's program. He
yeah,
was in second year of his PhD program,
yeah,
right? So he was also not at home. So the information is like not that much shared
yeah,
with the villagers. They
yeah,
know that okay, this person is reading at that university, he will do a good job.
yeah.
That's
That's
what
it.
they know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
And the
wonderful.
internal things, the job market insecurity, even after PhD, they're not aware about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, let's
just
continue.
one more
Please.
thing I would like to say that sometimes what happens if a person from a village he goes to some other state university or something, the people think that okay, he is studying well, he will do a job, and that's true also. But the thing is that after that there are so many job market insecurities nowadays, so that thing is still there, they need to understand. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Yeah. So coming to this role of information, as I said, it is very, very important because without the information, even if you are deserving, you cannot get a deserving college or universities. So I suggest the young scholars, the young master students, that you talk to people. LinkedIn is there. You can connect to different, PhD scholars, different assistant professors, and so many academicians. You get information from them, and now this internet is very, it is very cheaply available, so we can easily access to that and get information. But we should be clear about the reliability of the information. The misinformation should be, should not be there. I mean, it is there in the system, so you have to be a little cautious about that.
Okay.
So next, coming to the decision making, whether you want to go for PhD or not, that is a very tough question because for me, I was like, after my master's degree, I have to consider the financial condition of my family at that time. So I was not sure whether I will do a job, I'll get a job after that or not. So, and PhD is not just a small course like 1 year or 2 year. It is at
No.
least for 5 years. So you have to be prepared mentally, financially, and also physically. You should need to be strong enough to, because there are so many things like below and all those things going on. So because of that, you have to think all those aspects in your mind before you step into PhD.
Yeah.
And I say this MPhil program was really a good program because it gives a glimpse of what actually the PhD is. Unfortunately, this is not now in the system, in the education system. And currently, the master students directly jump from masters to PhD. So it's good, but the thing is that it saves time. But the thing is that the thing that you are going to face in the PhD. So for that, you need to prepare. For example, in a family like mine, what happens? Money is one problem. Second is, you are getting 25. The age of your will be from 25 to 30. So this is a crucial age where you have to support your family because you are the elder of your family and no one is there to help you, right? And some health issues also there in the family at this kind of phase. So all these things you have to keep in mind before you go for PhD, because this is this is the thing that you have to consider after getting through PhD.
Yeah,
One problem one problem is getting into PhD. You have to prepare for a routine and entrance, and also you have to prepare for a fellowship, because without fellowship, PhD becomes very vulnerable.
yeah,
And the second thing is survival. After you get PhD, what will you do? So that thing you need to be more clarity on your mind, because that matters a lot. Because there are so many problems, like family problem will be there, personal problem will be there, then your academic issues will be there. So you have to have patience. You have to be you don't have to be more tense. Anxiety should not come to you more. If it comes, then you need to know how to handle these anxiety problems and all, because these things matters a lot, and these things you have to deal yourself alone. Some friends will be definitely there by your side, but you cannot be completely dependent on them. So this journey, I say, is a is a kind of more than just a degree.
yeah,
It's a life journey.
yeah.
It
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it teaches you so many things. It makes you a good human being, or sometimes it can make you a bad human being also if you go in a bad track. That is also possible. So yeah, so for PhD, this kind of thing you need to be considered in your mind before getting into PhD. And for the students who are doing masters, I will suggest, so if they are really want to do PhD, if they are really passionate about PhD during their master's program, then they should go for that. And if they are not sure about that, then I think they should go for some pre-PhD program, or now though MPhil is not there, but they can go for some kind of internship program, because some universities they have internship and all, and they can go for some summer school, and they can go for some research assistant or research associate job, so that they can have a little you know pre exposure to the PhD.
Okay.
So I think that should
But
be
you
done.
are happy
Yeah.
with your decisions. You are happy with your decisions.
Yes, sir. I'm so happy with my decision, because my motivation comes from within, and I really want to do something for the farmers, because I'm working in agriculture economics.
And how's CDS? How's it? It's a very prestigious place. How do you find it?
Yeah, it's really good, sir. And the thing is that it was after I told you, no, it was the COVID period, and I was completing my MPhil thesis in the first phase of my COVID period. And after that, I gave this written entrance, and the written entrance was online. So in a online format, we have to upload those things, upload the answer quickly with some QR code or something. So after that, a shortlist will be there. In that shortlist, if you are get shortlisted, then they will call for interview. And both written and interview was in the form of this online mode because of this COVID. And anyway, like, because I have studied so many things in my MPhil program, because I haven't told that this MPhil program that I took in IIT Bombay, that was an interdisciplinary program. So I read so many things, like almost all the social science subjects, starting from political science, sociology, anthropology, philosophy, economics, statistics, and some research methodology also. So um, I got into PhD with my existing knowledge, as well as I prepared for that after my MPhil submission. So yeah,
Good. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's all from my side.
Okay. Well, it's a great journey and certainly very inspiring. You are the face of New India. Let me put it this way. Post
Thank you so much.
1991's generation, you made it through difficult circumstances. I'm sure that not everybody does it. Some people may try when they not get through, but some get through. It's very encouraging to see that. And I'm just impressed. Let's see what happens to you there, and maybe we catch up with you in 1 year, and we'll see how you are doing with your PhD and what your thoughts are at that time. Okay, so
Yeah.
till then, let's say bye to the viewers. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll be back with another young person or an expert. So bye till then. Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye.